Vegito! Let me show you how far more you can go.
Alright, so in this one, I'm going to be going over all the best teams and equipments in the game for the brand new LF Transforming Beast Gohan and the new LF SSBE Vegeta and Kaioken Goku tag unit. So both brand new LFs, all the best setups, all the best equipments in one video. Make sure to drop a like and a sub. I'm not going to waste any time here. But we do have the #1 arguable team in the game, in my opinion, which is going to be a Movies setup. This specific setup is center focused on Beast Gohan, given he is being double Zenkai buffed here. Doesn't really need to be him focused. You can actually Zenkai buff the Pikkon. You can Zenkai buff the Janemba as well, just giving him one, which is completely fine as well. But here, I said he's getting a lot of base offenses and defenses, along with the LF abilities. Now, when you're building teams, you definitely want to consider which ones are LFs. These guys are buffing the rest of the party that you bring into the field as well. So, having a green revival character is extremely powerful. So, Pikkon support, green solid unit. Janemba's probably in a ton of games as well. So, to have, you know, top 5 characters paired alongside each other. So, these guys right here, insane powerhouse characters. The best part is you don't actually need to be bringing in Janemba every single game, because his Z ability is Movies. So if you wanted to not bring him in and you wanted to go red, red, green in a certain matchup where it would make sense, you're going to super buff the Gohan and Pikkon as well. So it kind of just works out. Pan just being a solid HP bench on top of everything. Equipment wise, we are running this one right here, which is giving a lot of base strike attack, defense, and special move. This one right here giving both base offenses and pure offenses, because there's a regeneration character being Janemba, and the pure strike is himself, right? He is a hybrid Saiyan, along with some base HP. Pretty much any equipment with base HP is going to cook more base HP right here, along with base defenses and pure offenses. So a double pure setup I got going on for a double Zenkai buffed Beast Gohan. This is not the only movie setup. There's a ton of different options. Say you don't have Pikkon, but you have Orange Piccolo. He fits this exact same role, the exact same way pretty much. So someone as a support / revival option to tank the rush, or like you know, just to be a solid green to counter a lot of these blues right now. Another team dynamic, you could definitely slap, like, replace Ultra Janemba, so you don't have him. You want to run Ultra Gogeta on leader. This team right here definitely works. I said it in the beginning, you can kind of replace some Zenkai buffers depending on who your big damage dealer are, who you have the most stars on. So like this would also work for this setup. I probably wouldn't go out of the way to Zenkai buff Piccolo, just because, you know, it's Piccolo. Do I really need to say much? But yeah, equipment wise, I feel like I can go over all the best items towards the... Actually, let's just do it here. So on Movies, this one's also a great option. So pure strike attack, we have 3 movies. Like the entire team's actually movies. So no matter who you're bringing in, you're getting 18% to pure strike attack is a solid option. A couple of better or decent options. I guess this one right here is a great one. 45% to base strike attack and defense. And this one right here is giving a large base strike attack stat, special move, and both base defenses right there. That's actually a new one that just released. But other than that, I don't think I would go with anything else for movies specifically for Beast Gohan. And then, yeah, I'm not going to really go over all the rest of the equipments. Just know this team is primarily strike oriented. So a lot of strike Z abilities, Zenkai buffs. It's primarily strike for this build. Second team we're going into is going to be a universe rep team for Kaioken Evo. This team is not your typical uni rep setup, considering this bench right here has health restore. So double HP, Bergamo, and the Childer providing 20% to base HP. If we take a look right here, 20%. We got another 20% with Shield. But the thing is that he's giving 18% to health restore, which tag units do benefit a ton from. A ton of healing, and the more HP you have, the more you're going to heal. So with every via tag swap, you know, it's kind of going crazy. This is an LOE character, so Go Freeze is actually getting double Zenkai buffed on this setup. The one missing Z ability is going to be towards the 17. So Chilled is actually not giving 17 anything, which I don't think is the biggest deal in the world. The 3 of them are actually giving each other the Legends Limited Z ability, so having 3 LFs on the field are actually pretty nutty. On top of that, 17's actually just providing support for the whole team with his green card and cut penetration when he fills up his unique gauge right there. So 20% of damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. He's like a mandatory glue utility unit, someone that kind of just has a lot going on for himself. Unfortunately, you know, he's still getting HP, by the way. It's just not He's missing literally one Z ability here, so these guys can thrive even more. So you don't even need the Zenkai buff on the tag bros. Personally, you could give it to them, but it would be more of like a Saiyan bench rather than a full uni rep team. And if we're talking about full uni rep, there's just a ton of options for universe rep. Don't actually need to run this specific setup only. So if we take a look at the universe rep tag right here, so viable options. This Frieza right here is a great option. Blast option, new. So he's giving base, strike, and blast attacks. Oh, yeah, base, double base offense ability there. Jiren is actually really good as well for blast setups. Given I'm kind of going over this when there is a specific blast team that I wanted to cover. Without Go Frieza, and it's basically the Frieza in this spot, I believe. So it's not too much different. Universe Rep has a lot more blast unit features than it does strike, like Go Frieza being the main strike unit. Like, you don't want to remove Go Frieza from this team. They just provide way too much. Even with all the blast Z abilities, their blast is kind of through the roof there. You can still build them strike. As you can see, all my items for Go Frieza are strike based, so they can keep up with what they really were meant to. Like, their main offensive stat is strike, and special move they want to be nuking, healing a ton. You know, all the mechanics that they do provide, the rush protection with gauge and stuff. But yeah, blast, they're going to be doing a ton because every other Z ability here does provide that, plus the double Zenkai buff on the original setup that I did have here. Pure-wise, or equipment-wise, I was going to say pure-wise, but for the Evo Kaioken, before we break down the rest of this team, is this Awakened Plat. Really, really good. Brand new, by the way. It's optimized for every Blast Universe rep that you want to equip. So, triple base blast attack, which is giving around 35%, special move damage, key recovery, and base HP. Any item with base HP is actually cooking. This one's both base offenses, base HP. And then the final one is pure blast attack for God Key battle members, which is around 15% with some more defenses and base blast attack. That is like the setup. Other options, these brand new equipments giving 35% to base blast attack, double base defense, and health restore. Another really good option for Evo Kaioken. This one right here is actually not that bad as well, giving a lot of health restore, special move, strike defense, and base blast attack. This one right here is giving double base defenses, base blast attack, special move, and base HP. Not bad whatsoever. This one right here, Awakened Blast Plat. They have so many options. 45% to base blast attack and base blast defenses. This one right here is giving the blast variant is what I need. That's strike. Blast variant is what I need. 30% to base blast attack, key recovery, special move. And then I think the final, dude, they have so many options. If you're running Go Frieza, this one's good for double pure. If you're running, this one's another base and pure blast attack. Base and pure blast, like defenses, key recovery. They have so many options. You can even do this one if you really want to go out of your way. Probably wouldn't give it to Evo. This is more of an equipment for 17. Pure defenses, base offenses, and base HP. It's also a good one for Jiren. Speaking of Jiren, he is a great option on this blast build. If you want to go full blast, uni rep, this is what I would recommend. This Frieza, you have a full color wheel. I guess you can swap Go Frieza for another blast character. Rev UI exists, but then again, don't really need to be running double greens. But Go Frieza, like I said, it's going to be doing solid blast damage all around. Kind of wanted to cover the blast setup separately, but since I didn't, I covered it there. This is the main universe rep. I still think this is the best universe rep setup, even though 17 is missing a Z ability here. Double HP is so crazy, along with that health restore for this team. So moving on to the next setup here, we do have a superhero build, which is just another movies variant team. And instead of having like these Zenkai buffers or whatever, we do have a solid. So these two Z abilities are giving large base strike attack stats. It's a strike specific setup. You got Piccolo here. All the Legends limited Z abilities do go around, but it's just Gammas, dude. So if you want to run the Gammas, you have them. Typically, they're on blast setups, and I would recommend running, you know, if you're running blast, some of their best equipments like this one right here, very, very good for them for blast setups. You can run this one. You can run this one, but this one specifically, this setup is strike. So, given there's regeneration battle members, being Orange Piccolo, and there's a hybrid Saiyan, so pure offenses, base HP. This one right here giving a large base strike attack stat, strike defense. I know I'm not really trying to go over the rest of the equipments for the team and stuff, but just got to show you both base offenses, base HP. For Beast, it's literally around the same thing. You want to run the same exact equipment, both pures, offensive pures because of hybrids and regen. literally the same equipments that I gone over in the first one. If you're running PyCon for the green slot instead of Pickleman, you could run this equipment right here for Otherworld Warrior, which is really good, giving both base defenses, base HP, and pure offenses, but it's a requirement. Actually, it's the Sagas from the Movies equip. You could just run this, but the way you need it, see, it only activates if you have an Otherworld Warrior. That is the problem. So, is it battle member? You need PyCon on the field, basically, for that equipment. I was correct. Pickleman, I'm just going to show these off. I'm not really going over the rest of the equipments for the team and stuff. That's, known. This is a more strike-based setup. You're going to have his strike-based gammas for the most part, which is uncommon, unorthodox, works very well. If you take a look at their stats, they are pretty close together. The blast stat is only 3k above, around 3k-ish above the strike stat. Want to build them strikes, not going to be too crazy. Revival protection, Beast Gohan carry, support. You can even add equipments to Pan here. It would be like something like this. I usually build Pan more offensive, but defense is not a bad move as well, which is the recommended equips here. I'd probably do this for the most part. But yeah, moving on to the next build, we do have hybrids, which are back on the rise. This is one of those teams, whenever they become meta again, they just become so unstoppable, right? So Beast Gohan, throwback to the original Beast Gohan meta, is still a top tier individual mechanic wise character in the meta right now. He's maybe top 20, something like that. Would not put him in the top 10 at all. Still yet to be seen, I guess, but really he's not. There's so many better setups and comps like the ones I have just gone over. So this Gohan, Beast Gohan, Pan, all of these characters can be run as a full color wheel option. You don't even need to run a Zenkai buff. This Pan is going to be the HP bench. You can run red, red, green. You can run red, yellow, blue, red, green, yellow. Gotenks being the endurance option, support option. This Gohan being a offensive, defensive, and support option. The new and old Gohan having a very similar play style, ramp up, and then just insane amounts of damage. They have the best equips. So this is where the equips actually change, because for pure hybrids, you need this item right here. Pure hybrids is getting both pure offenses, so around 8% to pure strike and blast attack times 3. Which is a little bit over 20%, I do believe, right? So that's kind of cracked. One of the best equipments in the game, pure-wise. This one right here, say if you're doing... I guess we're going to jump into Sun Family afterwards. I'm not going to go over that item right now. And I guess the rest of the equips are kind of the same. You just want a lot of base strike attacks, some defenses if possible. So this one, this one, this one. If you want to run double pure, if you're going to run Zenkai buffs as well, this is actually pretty good. You're not getting pure blast here, but you're getting pure strike, of course, because there's full hybrid Saiyans. Equipment-wise, something like this, just a lot of defenses. I know I didn't really go over the equipments for like Janemba and stuff in the beginning. If I should do that really quick, if you guys want to see for movies, because we did just go over movies. Janems. I know a lot of people are curious about what I run on Janemba really, really quickly. It's not too crazy. You run double base strike attack and a pure. So a movie's pure would be this one right here. He's a regen. Hybrid Saiyans, you're getting the Gohan to double pure base. This Piccolo equip is so good on so many characters right now. But Janemba getting base strike attack. Both base offenses actually, ultimate damage, and then this one right here is giving ultimate damage as well. I feel like Janemba does need that ultimate since he draws 2 of them. And he lacks a little bit without the extra ult damage, so just a lot of base strike. So a lot of strike teams. The only real blast team that you're running is with Evo Kaioken on Unirep. Everything else, so hybrids, it's just a base strike attack team. A lot of, or I guess these two being the LFs. This Gohan being extremely slept on, and he's just gained insane value. Said greens are super important right now. He's doing an all utility, all around type thing. So highly recommend you guys try him out if you do, or maybe even star him up to run on your hybrid Saiyan setup for just all of the above purposes. Jumping into the next one, we do have a Sun Family setup, I believe is our next one. So it's pretty much the same exact premise, except you're running Go Frieza with the new Gohan. So rush protection here, Gohan, LLZ abilities. It's self-explanatory. You could do the Zenkai buffs for, this Goten's a hybrid Z ability, but he's providing Sun Family Zenkai buff first. So Go Frieza does have access to that. Zenkai buff the new Beast Gohan, HP bench. You could bring Pan in for a red, red, purple setup, red, green. Go Frieza setup. This setup is really, really good. But, not seen too common just because the other ones are a little bit better. But definitely work around this setup if you really want to run Kaioken / Beast on the same setup, it would be something of the sort right here. You definitely want to replace one of these Zenkai buffers with HP. You know, whatever you have, whatever's going to be your main dominant damage dealing characters are the ones you Zenkai buff. So on this one, this is going to be like a video team idea. So I'm actually not putting an HP bench just so all three of them can kind of do a little bit more damage. But on a literal setup that you guys want to run optimally, run an HP bench here. So instead of maybe, I guess, this Goku, you would run Kakarot Goku for Goku HP specifically, right? So you would slap this guy or something. If you guys wanted to run them together. Equipment-wise, it's still the same thing that I showed for all of them, pretty much. Primarily base strike attack, except for this Goku and Vegeta. And I think that is the last team that I cover here. Yep, that is pretty much it. So a lot of movie setups, Universe rep with the new Kaioken Evo. For Beast Gohan Hybrid, Sun Family is definitely up there. And I guess to mix the two LFs together would be a Sun Family setup as well. But let me know anything in the comment section if you guys have any questions on equipments or different teams. And join my Discord for further team building. I feel like you guys are definitely going to cook with these setups here. I'll see you guys in the very next one. Like, subscribe. Peace out.